Are you enough? That belief is the belief that when you get deep down to what's really holding people back, when you sift through all the crap, it always comes back to that belief. I am not enough. That's what it comes down to, guys. Now, after we did our last retreat, and bear in mind, I teach this stuff, how people can be enough. But I really questioned the fact that, well, do I believe it? Am I really enough? And I thought, yeah, well, I'm pretty sure that I'm enough. But then I've earned my spot. Like, I have a particular look. I go to the gym, I work out. I've got my suit of armor that I have. I feel enough now that I look a particular way. I feel enough now that I drive a particular car. When I turn up somewhere, I can hop out of my car wearing my suit of armor. People see me and go, yeah, he's done a great job. But am I really enough? That's what really came up for me. So I thought, you know what, let's see. So what I did was, if you don't already know, so I'm not a bodybuilder anymore, but I live a bodybuilding lifestyle. And so I train nearly 7 days a week, sometimes twice a day. And so what really came up was, okay, well, what if I lost this suit of armor? Would I be enough then? And that one balked me, and I went, okay, well, this is something that I need to explore. So what I did was I stopped training. And I stopped taking all the supplements that I would take in order to look that particular way. Because what I realized was that suit of armor was really coming from a place of lack. That's really what it was. So it was coming from a place of, I don't like myself very much, and I'm going to make myself acceptable, so to speak. So what I did was I stopped training for a little while, and then I decided, well, you need to train a little bit. So I cut my training back to just 10 minutes. I just go do something, and what I'll do is I'll train only to the point where I feel I've given my body what it needs, and not coming from a place of ego, not coming from a place of not liking the way I look, not unless I look this particular way. And I did that. And what I decided that I'd do was I'd go to a place, basically the price that I was willing to pay to find out am I enough was, so I made a deal with myself. I said, right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to not train, and I'm going to become, if necessary, a real skinny looking guy, look like a marathon runner, which is not how I'd like to look, with a big fat pot belly. And if that's what it takes, I'll become that person, and then I'll stay in that place for as long as necessary until I can fall in love with me. And then, and only then, do I know if I truly love myself. That was the plan, folks. So as I was training, and I was working out, and I was coming from a place of love this time, something happened. So I started enjoying training. I started sending love, like when I'm training my arms, for example, I started sending love to my arms. And then I started feeling really good. And I'm like, whoa, that can't happen. I'm not meant to like myself yet. I have to feel like shit first. I have to become a skinny guy with a big pop belly and not like the way I look, and then eventually fall in love with how I look, and then I'll truly love me for me, right? wrong. So what I did was, as I was starting to fall in love with myself, as I'm training and coming from a place of love, giving my body what it needs, what came up was, oh, I'm not meant to like this. So the belief was I needed to suffer first before I could get the result. That's what really came up. And that went on for a little while, and then I snapped out of it and I realized, you know what, I'm falling in love with myself now. I don't have to suffer more. So the belief that was really holding me back was, I thought that I needed to suffer before I fell in love with me. That's essentially what it was. And I think that's a big belief that holds a lot of us back. We all think that, we've all been taught that we need to grind, we need to work hard, we need to earn our spot. But the truth of the matter is, stuff can just be easy. You can just fall in love with you now, if you like. You don't have to suffer for it. And that's what I discovered. And then a little while after that, then I got rid of the car that I liked. And now I'm just driving around in an ordinary car. No big deal. And I said in passing to my partner, you know what, we've got 3 cars. We don't need that many. There's only 2 of us. If she can sell one of them, no big deal, you know? Sell it, and we'll use that money for something that we like we'll put it into our business. And I said it just in passing, not thinking that anything would come of it. And I came home one day and my partner says to me, hey, I've got some good news for you. I sold your car. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, I sold your car. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I sold your car. Great news. And somebody's come to pick it up in the morning. It's gone. Excellent. I sold it for you. And I'm like, call him back and tell him no. And she's like, no. It's already done. He's come to pick it up. Your car's gone. And what came up for me then was more feelings of not being enough. Will I be enough? Will people take me seriously if I drive that ordinary car? Can I really be a successful coach? You know, if I don't have the muscles and if I don't have the car. That's what really came up for me, and there was massive resistance with it. Like, I felt like I was going to throw up, guys, and that was the big one for me. That was the big one. I felt like I was going to throw up. There's a scrub turkey just over there. And then, you know what? I said, took a deep breath and I said, okay, just do it. And I slept on it. The next night I sold the car. I love that car. The guy picked it up and I actually hugged him. I hugged the car. I hugged him. I hugged the car again. And then once the car was gone, just this sense of calm just came over me. It was amazing. And now I drive my ordinary car and I am enough. And now I'm a few kilos lighter and I am enough. But the really cool thing now is everything that I do is coming from a place of love. It's not coming from a place of not liking what people will think of me, because I like me. So to wrap this up, guys, I just want to let you know that the core belief that holds most of the human experience back is I am not enough. And until you fully explore that and let that one go, you're going to have that monkey on your back. So I guess the trick is you can fall in love with you right now. You don't have to do anything. You can just decide. For me, I needed to lose that stuff, to choose and lose that stuff so I could feel that I was enough. But remember, the belief that came up for me was that I needed to suffer first and fall in love with that. And that is the number one thing that's holding a whole bunch of us back. Whether it be in business, whether it be in life, whether it be in love. We all think that we need to suffer first before we can get that thing that we want. And the truth is we don't. Anyway, guys, I hope this helps. Until next time, my friends, I'm Adam Mack. Stay on track. And together, Together we'll bring love back. See you next time.